The echo of empty accounts. When Evelyn Hart pushed open the glass doors of Greenwood National Bank, she expected nothing more than a quick, mildly unpleasant conversation about why her debit card had been declined at the grocery store. She thought it was a technical error, a glitch, maybe even the cashier's mistake. What she did not expect was that the next 10 minutes would shatter the ground beneath her feet so completely. She would spend months learning how to stand again. The banker, an impeccably neat woman with silver glasses and a voice as sharp as a scalpel, didn't even look up when Evelyn approached the desk. Name? Evelyn Hart. The banker typed for a moment, frowned, typed again. Then, with a sigh so cold it could have frozen water, she said, "Your account has no money." Evelyn froze. "What do you mean, no money? There should be plenty. 6 years of transfers. My father sent me. There had to be something left." The woman finally lifted her eyes and with a tired, unimpressed expression opened a thick folder. "He did send you money. He sold his land, everything he had. Over $430,000 in total. All sent to you." She adjusted her glasses. "But those funds have all been spent, particularly on your lifestyle choices, and of course, on your 2 divorces." Evelyn felt a hot wave of shame rush up her neck. "200,000, she whispered. "Gone?" "All gone," the banker confirmed. "Your account is completely empty. If you pay off your current debts, you may be able to afford about 2 weeks of modest living." Evelyn swallowed hard. "But what am I supposed to do?" "Well," the woman said, closing the folder with a snap, "we do offer a placement option. There's a living facility, Silver Haven Retreat." "A living facility?" Evelyn blinked. "You mean a retirement home?" The woman shrugged. "You're nearly 40, aren't you?" "That is not your business," Evelyn shot back, "and I am not that old." "Perhaps," the woman said calmly, "but you have no skills, no money, and no partner. It may be time, dear, to accept the truth." She offered a pitying smile. "You're past your prime." The words stabbed deeper than any insult she'd heard. "How dare you?" Evelyn whispered, voice trembling. But the banker simply signaled the next client. Conversation over. Evelyn stumbled outside, the winter wind slicing her cheeks. She felt hollow, like her ribs were collapsing inward. The words spun through her head until they blurred. "I'm worthless. I've ruined everything, even Dad's sacrifices." She leaned against a brick wall and covered her face with her hands. Then she heard a soft voice. Evie, her best friend Lila Moore, appeared beside her. Warm scarf, messy bun, and eyes full of worry. "What happened?" Evelyn choked out the story in break-in pieces. When she finished, Lila wrapped an arm around her. "You're not worthless," she said firmly. "That woman just doesn't know you." Evelyn laughed bitterly. "Oh, please, what can you do? Give me $400,000, turn back time, fix my entire life?" "No," Lila admitted softly, "but maybe we can start small." "With what?" Evelyn snapped. "A man." "I don't need another man," Evelyn threw up her hands. "Do you not remember my last 2? Evie," Lila sighed patiently. "Sometimes life gives you one last chance through the most unexpected path. Just meet someone. You don't have to marry him. Just talk." From her bag, she pulled a worn, leather-bound address book. The old judge donated these records. Everyone who came through his court. One of them might be a good fit, or at least a spark. Evelyn reluctantly flipped through it, page after page, old faces, stern faces, men who looked like they hadn't smiled since the Reagan administration. "No," she muttered, "too old, too angry-looking, too strange." Then she stopped. A name, a face. Adrian Cole, 43, entrepreneur, widower, estate disputes unresolved. Dark eyes, a guarded expression. Something about him felt unfinished. Lila leaned over her shoulder. "Try him." "I don't know," Evelyn murmured. "He doesn't seem like a rescue boat, more like another storm." "But maybe," Lila whispered, "you need a storm that finally clears the sky." They found his address, a weathered but impressive house surrounded by pine trees. Evelyn stood at the bottom of the porch steps, her heart pounding. "Go," Lila urged. "What's the worst that can happen? You get rejected? You've survived worse." Evelyn inhaled shakily, walked up, and knocked. The door opened. Adrian stood there, broad-shouldered, quiet-eyed, wearing a simple gray sweater that made him look unexpectedly gentle. "Yes," he said. Evelyn's mind went blank, but then out came the truth, raw, unfiltered. "My name is Evelyn Hart," she said, "and I've lost everything. I'm not here for money or pity. I'm just looking for one last chance to not fall apart." Adrian studied her for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Then he stepped aside. "Come in." What began as awkward small talk slowly unfolded into something fragile and real. Adrian didn't pry, didn't judge. He listened, really listened. In return, Evelyn helped him organize the mess of legal documents from his late wife's estate. She learned numbers, finances, how to build, how to save. He taught her patiently, as if her mind mattered. They were two broken souls rediscovering how to breathe. Months passed. Evelyn found her footing. She earned money, her own money. She began to smile again, not because she was pretending, but because something inside her had finally stopped aching. And one summer evening, Lila appeared with an envelope, one she'd found among Evelyn's father's belongings. Inside was a letter, just one paragraph, written in his uneven, familiar handwriting. "I never thought you were lost. I only feared you couldn't hear the quiet things in life. But once you learn to listen to the silence, you'll discover it holds more love than noise ever will." Evelyn pressed the letter to her chest, tears rushing down her cheeks as Adrian wrapped an arm around her shoulders. "That's a beautiful message," he murmured. "He gave everything for me," she whispered, "and I wasted it." "No," Adrian said softly. "You just hadn't found the right beginning yet." Almost a year after the day the bank destroyed her old life, Evelyn stood in front of the same banker with a steady heartbeat and a quiet smile. Her new balance? $36,200. Her first earned savings. The banker didn't even recognize her. Evelyn left the bank proud, truly proud, for the first time in her life. When she returned to Adrian's house, he was waiting on the porch, hands in his pockets, eyes warm. "Well?" he asked. "Well," she said with a grin, "I'm officially not broke." Adrian laughed, something he rarely did. Then he stepped toward her, reached into his coat, and pulled out a small velvet box. Her breath caught. "Evelyn," he said, voice calm but trembling slightly, "will you marry me?" Her eyes filled instantly. "Adrian, yes, God, yes." He slipped the ring onto her finger and kissed her, soft, certain, promising. Minutes later, as they sat together on the porch swing, Evelyn leaned into him with a shy smile. "I have something to tell you," she whispered. He turned. "I think I might be pregnant." Adrian's eyes widened, not with fear, but with the warmest joy she had ever seen from him. "Evie, are you serious?" She nodded, tears shimmering. "I've never felt this happy," she said. "I thought my life ended that day at the bank, but now I know it was only beginning." Adrian pulled her close, and this time, he whispered, "You won't face anything alone." And she believed him. For the first time in her life, she truly believed in tomorrow. Sometimes life must empty your hands completely before it can place something real into them. Rock bottom isn't the end. It's the moment you finally see which direction leads upward.